of the most requested tutorials is our Chunky Bead Necklace tutorial. I did do one on our Facebook page. It's facebook.com/mommyscraftyside or CraftySide shop. And what you want to do is the tutorial has more pictures, whereas the YouTube one is easier because it's on video. Our necklaces generally, I would say, are between 20 and 22 inches, but you can do them larger, smaller, or with chain at the end and different things like that. The first thing I do is I try to plan out my necklace. How many beads I'll need on each end. Will I need spacers? Will I not need spacers? And that'll give you kind of an idea of what kind of necklace you're going to be making. This one is really nice. It's one of our rose necklaces with zebra. It's one of our new kits coming out. We have it in red with Mickey Mouse at this point, and it's called our Wild Mickey necklace. But this one is just a basic zebra rose. The cool part is when in our kits we try to include enough to do at least one necklace and a bracelet. And one thing you'll notice is you try to be symmetric on either side. You're going to want to have, this one has 2, 4, 6, 8. So that's 16 total plus your center. Our kits come with 25 plus a center, so it gives you more than enough to do a necklace. Because this puts it at 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. And you'll still have 2 left to spare. So in our kits that come 25 pieces, those are nice because it'll get you at least these 2 items. The second thing I do is, the first thing I do is I figure out what I'm going to use. Am I going to use elastic? Am I going to use organza? Just different stuff like that. The organza is not going to give you as much stretchability, but it is really, really cute. Whereas the elastic is going to give you a lot more stretchability, which is a plus. The second thing I do, and I would recommend you go out and buy something. This is really great for wanting to know how big of a bracelet you're going to make. This is really good for planning out a necklace and knowing exactly how many inches your necklace will be. Okay? This is about $5 or less at Hobby Lobby, and it's just really basic and simple, and it helps you just really plan things out. Our kits come with stripe beads most of the time. They come with solid beads, glitter beads, the rondelle beads, and then the small clear beads. They also come with everything from sequin beads to smaller spacers. But I also like to add in stuff that I bought on my own that I just really think is cute and fun. So as you see here, we planned out a necklace with a center. This is one of our Easter necklaces that'll be coming out. This is our Easter kit. And it has a nice clay center. And as you can see, that center measures 1.5 inches. And it's also about 1 inch wide. Very fun, very, very cute. Definitely something we look forward to putting out. I've also planned out my beads from 5 inches to 18 inches, which means I'm getting about 13 inches. So I'm going to have to allot for spacers and such, but I know that this necklace is going to be about 15 inches long, which is great because then you know it's a good kid size. 22 inches is more of an adult size, and it's still going to fit high on the neck, similar to a choker. Maybe not quite that high, but pretty high and similar. The necklace that I'm going to be making today is going to be a ladybug necklace. My daughter has a thing for ladybugs, so naturally that means I have a thing for ladybugs, whether I like it or not. But they're fun, and I think that, you know, they're definitely something that you'll want to do. Now here I have my elastic and my clasp hardware. It is already attached. If you want to learn how to put on that hardware, we have a small tutorial that is just a couple minutes that'll kind of go through that a little more in depth so that we don't waste too much time here. Now for this one I'm going to be using a clay center. I've already pre-marked most of my beads, and it's really about just kind of matching which and where you're going to have them. I've already figured out what spacer beads I want to use and all that other fun stuff as well. So the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to go ahead and, if I have spacer beads, you want to add at least 1 to 3 at the end. I don't on this case because I want to go ahead and just start straight with beads. So the first thing I'm going to do is just go ahead and put through. Now, many girls believe in the jewelry needles, the real flimsy thin needles, and they're great. They are really good for jewelry. So, you know, that might be something you want to do, and they're very, very, very thin. They sell them usually by the elastic and beads and things like that. So if you're looking for something that'll make it a little bit easier, or if maybe you're a little bit older and need a little help with the eyesight, then that is a good thing. It'll definitely alleviate strain on your eyes because it can get pretty stressful. Now, because I know how long about my necklace will be, I can go ahead and cut my string a little bit lower. And what I'm going to want to do is just do something fun and colorful. You know, you think about the person that you're making it for. Are they fun? Are they young? Are they old? Are they into bright colors? Are they not so much? You know, what's their thing? You can do a pattern or you can do it randomly. I've seen both, and to me both look really good. Again, I just kind of add things here and there that I like and I think are cute. And if I don't like something, like I realize I don't really care for this red on red, then what I'll do is I'll go ahead and add a different type of bead. Do the little black bead, and then maybe add an red right after that, which is, to me, going to look a lot nicer. So you just plan it out, or you can just kind of correct your mistake as you see them like right next to each other on the actual item. And that's always really fun because you're going to allow a lot different style to come in. And for me, I try to think of my daughter and like what her big thing is and what she likes. And that always helps too, because you've got that person who's totally into what you're making for them. And it's always nice to know. I tell everybody for a child about 8 to 10 beads if they're going to stick between 16 and 25 millimeter, because the 25 millimeter ones are very, very, very thick. Again, if you're confused by millimeters, which I was in the beginning, it took me so long to figure out what the heck. I was like, what? Millimeter? And 25 millimeters is 1 inch. So 100 millimeters is 4 inches. So when it says like it's 200 millimeters, it's not that big. I was like, oh my gosh, they go by millimeters. But pretty much everyone but us here in the US does. So as you see here, I don't really have a specific pattern. I just kind of have something I like going on. Again, it's really up to you and what you like and your different style. So now that I've got most of this side done, as you can see, I have 2, 4, 6, 8. I'm going to go ahead and add just one more on there because I kind of think I want to put, well, no, maybe that's too much black. I guess it looks pretty good on its own, doesn't it? Okay, so the next thing we're going to want to add is we're going to want to add our center. Now, if your center is a little bit too, or doesn't have a hook that will turn, like ours here doesn't, it's just a clay center with a basic hook, you're going to need a jump ring. And jump rings, again, are the ones that only go and around one time. So go ahead and get the rest of your items prepared so that we can finish the second one. Meantime, I've grabbed my jump ring. Normally I say use spring rings, but I do have, for certain stuff, I think a jump ring is better. When it comes to the clay, they're not overtly heavy, so you're able to just kind of slide the jump ring in there and it's not a problem whatsoever. Then you're going to want to add that right to the middle and just close it up. And just make sure that both ends align or your elastic will pop out of there. And again, if you're not feeling very confident in that, go ahead and add, you can go ahead and add the spring ring. That's perfectly fine. The next thing I'm going to want to do is follow my pattern again, or like I said, if you don't want to follow your pattern, you can go ahead and just do a whole assortment and kind of keep it fun and interesting, and that's always a plus because it gives it like a different, again, that chunky bead style is really just about being large and kind of different and noticeable, and that's a plus. Like a lot of people really are into that now, and that's something that, as a shop, you want to be kind of following the trends or a little ahead of them, really. And as a fashionista, as some of you are or have as your daughters, you just want to be able to stay in the trend with their friends or let them have their own style, which for me is a really big important thing, is letting my child kind of have her own style and be her own person, you know, outside of her family and brothers and stuff. So now that our necklace is pretty much done, you can go ahead and however you finish it off, if you're doing it organza or whatever, just go ahead and work with it. So this is our finished necklace. We've got our cute ladybug here and our very, very fun little kind of design going on here. Alright, and then you can go ahead and close it up. Again, watch the tutorial for adding your clasp. That will give you pointers on how to end it as well. Because you do the same thing that you would do with the clasp, except you just do it with the spring ring or any type of ending hardware. If you've got a lock clasp, you're going to want to put it on the same way. If you've got a lobster clasp, then you're going to want to use a spring ring. Spring rings are the ones that go around a couple times like a tiny, tiny keychain. Usually they go between 8 and 10 millimeters. Again, that's about only this big or so, okay? We do sell all of this in our shop, and you can go to CraftySideSupplyShop.com, and we have the ending kits, which comes with a 12 millimeter clasp, and all the different hardware you're going to need to do one of those. Runs about $1.50. It just comes with everything you need, like the elastic, a couple spring rings, couple jump rings, your clasp, and all of your crimp beads or your ender fold over crimp beads. So either one, if you've got it all on your own, that's great too. So good luck and have fun with the chunky bead necklaces. They're definitely hot and in right now.